Welcome to mathematics. This is Mangeya, the Maths Ego. Right. This one is Cambridge International IGCSE Extended Mathematics Paper 4. It's for May, June 2021. Right. After watching this video, subscribe, share, and like this nice, powerful video. Let's get started. But before that, instructions. Very, very important, especially on the degree of accuracy. If not specified 3 significant figures, then if there are angles 1 decimal place, take note of those instructions. Question number 1. The total cost of a taxi journey is calculated as 50 cents per kilometer plus 40 cents per minute. Calculate the total cost of a journey of 32 kilometers that takes 30 minutes. So in this case, we are given the cost per kilometer and the cost per minute. How many kilometers? 32 kilometers. So to find the total cost, you say the number of kilometers times the cost per kilometer. Also, on the total cost on that time side is 40 cents times 30 minutes. So you say 32 times 0.5, that's 4 kilometers, plus 0.4 times 30 minutes, that's for time. Then you find your calculator, you just punch in your calculator 32 times 0.5 plus 0.4 times 30, you get 28. So it's 28 here. Then you can say you are done. Next question, item 2. The total cost of a journey of 100 kilometers is $98. Show that the time taken is 2 hours. Right, now we're given kilometers, the distance, and we're given the total cost. How can we find the total cost? From this first question here, it's actually the cost per unit times the number of kilometers plus the cost per kilometer times the number of kilometers plus the cost per minute times the number of minutes. We just use the same concept. That will give us the total cost of this journey. So in this one, you can say how many kilometers is 100, cost per kilometer 0.5 times 100 kilometers plus the cost per minute. It's actually here it's 40 cents, 0.4 times now the minutes that this one took. We don't know now the minutes, so we have to use any letter of the alphabet to represent these minutes which are unknown. So you can let the minutes be x. So you write x representing the number of minutes in this case. Then is equals to total cost, supposed to be 98. You have formed your symbol equation. Now just have to solve that symbol equation. 0.5 times 100 is half of 100, it's actually 50, plus 0.4x, then is equals 98. Collect like terms. 0.4x is equals to 98 minus 50. Then 0.4x is equals to, this one will be 48 on this side. Then divide by 0.4 to get x. You get x is equals 48 divided by 0.4. If you can punch in your calculator, what do you get here? 48 divided by 0.4, you get 120. And these are minutes, remember, because our time was in minutes and the cost was per minute. Now to convert this one to hours, because you have to show it's 2 hours, divide by 60. 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So you divide x 120 over 60, which is equal to 2 hours. Then in this case you can say you have shown. Next question, part B. 3 taxi drivers travel a total of 8190 kilometers in the ratio 5:2:7. Calculate the distance each driver travels. Right. First thing, you have to find the total ratio. Find the total ratio first. You say total ratio is equals to, it's 5 plus 2 plus 7. Then this one will give you what? 5 plus 2, 7 plus 7 is 14. So it's 14. Then the distance, we can start with the first one. It will be 5 over total. 5 over 14. This one will be 2 over 14. This one will be 7 over 14. So the first one is 5 over 14 of the total distance that they traveled. 8190. That's driver 1. Then driver 2 is 2 over 14 of the total distance. 1890. The third driver, 7 over 14 times 1890 total distance. Then just find your calculator, punch everything. 8190 divided by 14, that one is 585. So it's the easiest way of simplifying. You know that if you can divide 14 into this one, you get 585 here. So even on this one, it will be 585, 585, 585. On this one, it will be 585. You can divide by 14. Even this one, it will be 585. So what we just do here is just multiply the numerator times 585. So it will be 5 times 585. Then it's 2925, the first one. Second one, 2 times 585 is 1170. Then this one, it's 7 times 585, you get 4090. 4095 actually. Then you can say you are done. Next question, part C. After midnight, the cost of any taxi journey increases by 45%. One journey costs $84.10 after midnight. Calculate the cost of the same journey before midnight. The cost before midnight. So this one was after midnight, and the cost was increasing by 45%. 45%. Right. What do you do in this case? Basically, you say this 45% was increased from the original price, right, to get to 84.10. So it's 45% of the original. In this case, we don't know what was the original. Then we can let that original be X. So let the cost be X. So I say X plus 45% of X. Then this one is 45%, is 45 over 100 of X is equals to 84.10. Take note. If we can say 45% of 84.10, you are wrong. Why? Because this 45% is not of the new price or this cost. It's of the initial, the cost that was there. Take note of that. So it's X plus 45% of X is equals to 84.10. Then after that, you can convert this one, 45 over 100 to decimal, is 0.45x is equals 84.10. Since you'll be working with your calculators. Then x plus 0.45x is 1.45x is equals to 84.10. Then after that, to find x, divide both sides by 1.45 by 1.45. Then you get your x is equals to 84.10 divided by 1.45, you get 58. So this one is $58. Then you can say you are done. Question number 2. The diagram shows the speed time graph for the first 180 seconds of a train journey. Part A, find the acceleration in meters per square second of the train during the first 50 seconds. First 50 seconds is up to this point. Right. This one is a speed time graph or velocity time graph. On a speed time graph, acceleration represents the gradient of the speed time graph. Right. We have two graphs here. We have this first line A, and you can call this line second line B. So this first line from this point to this point is line A. So that line A is constant acceleration or constant gradient. So that's the line that will be up to 50 seconds here, right? So you have to find the gradient of that line to find acceleration, because gradient represent acceleration. So to find the gradient, you say increase in y over increase in x. Remember that one? Y is usually this one, this y, then this one is x, right? So y-x is with speed, so you can say increase in speed or velocity over increase in time t. Right? You can form your triangle here. You can say from this point to this point, then from this point to this point, that's x. So increase in y from this point to this point is actually 9, which is equals to 9 over increase in x from this point to this point, this line is 50 minus 0 is 50. So it's 9 over 50. 9 over 50, you can put it even as a decimal, still it works. 9 over 50 is actually 0.18. Or you can just leave it as 9 over 50, still meters per square second is correct. Next question. After 180 seconds, the train decelerates at a constant rate of 1944 kilometers per square hour. Show that the train decelerates for 60 seconds until it stops. For 60 seconds. Right. On this one, you can use that formula. V is equals to U plus AT. But to use this formula, first you have to find acceleration in seconds, right? Because our time is supposed to be in seconds. Deceleration in this case is given in kilometers per square hour. Take note, deceleration is negative acceleration or retardation. So deceleration and acceleration, they are the same. The difference is on the sign. Deceleration is negative acceleration, right? It's now the car or the particle is increasing speed, but increasing speed in a negative sense. So it's decreasing speed actually. That's called deceleration. Take note. So we have to convert this one 1944 kilometers per square hour to meters per second. How? You come here, you write 1944, then this will be kilometers over, then write kilometers, then over hours squared is hours times hours. Please take note. Hour squared is hour times hour. Then you have to convert this one numerator to meters. Then this hour times hour, it's 1 hour times 1 hour to seconds. So it will be 1944 to meters. From kilometers, 1 kilometer is 1000 meters. So you multiply by 1000 here, you add 3 zeros over, then you say 1 hour into seconds. 1 hour is 60 times 60. Then 60 times 60 is 3600 times 3600 is 2 hours, right? It's 1 hour times 1 hour. So 1 hour, 3600 seconds. So times 3600 seconds. Take note of that. Then you can simplify this one. You can cancel these zeros, then this 0 and this 0. Then after that, on the numerator, you can divide now. You'll be left with 1944 over 360 times 36. 360 times 36, you get 3 over 20 or 0.15. So it will be 0.15 here. Acceleration or deceleration is minus 0.15 meters per square second. That will be your deceleration. Then now using this formula, V is equal to U plus AT, where V is the final speed or final velocity. What is the final velocity here? V is equals to until it stops. So the final speed was 0. Because when the particle is not moving, it's stationary, then there's no speed. Speed is 0. So the final speed in this case is supposed to be 0. That's V. Initial is U. Is coming from what speed? Alright, let me go up there. It's coming from a speed of 9 meters per second. So it's from this speed going down. So it's from 9. That was the initial speed. Initial speed is 9. That's u. Then acceleration, we have it minus 0.15 meters per second. Then you substitute. 0 is equals to 9 minus 0.15. Then t. Want to find the time. Then it will be 0.15 t is equals to 9. After that, divide by 0.15. You get your t is equals to 9 over 0.15. Then from this one, you can simplify. 9 divided by 0.15, what do you get? 60. So you get a t is equals to 60 seconds. Then you can say you're done. Next person, complete the speed time graph. Complete the speed time graph. Right, this one, from 9, it took 60 seconds, right, until it comes to rest. Rest line is this line. This one is rest. This x-axis, you can say the particle is now stationary, it's now not moving. What speed is what? Speed will be 0. Speed will be 0. Right. So to complete this one now, so it took from this point to 0 to this line, it took 60 seconds. So you have to add 60 seconds. So from this point, it's what here? You have to add 60 seconds. So 60 seconds, you have to note each box here represent how many seconds. You can see how many boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You say 50, this one divided by 5. So each represents 10, right? Each small box represents 10 seconds. So from this one to add 60, it means you have to add about 6 boxes. So you say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, then 60. So it's this point, right? So it's about 240. You have to draw your line from this point. Hey, supposed to be a straight line. Straight line here. Like this one. It looks nice, eh? So that's the graph. And the time will be 240, right? It will be 240 seconds, yeah? It's 240 seconds, yeah? Take note of that. Then we have completed our graph. Next question. Part D. Calculate the average speed of the train for the whole journey. Average speed formula, average speed is equals to total distance traveled. Total distance traveled over total time taken. So it's total distance traveled over total time taken. Take note, total distance traveled over total time taken. That's the average speed for the whole journey. Average speed for the whole journey. Then you have to find the total distance traveled. In this case, what was our total distance traveled? Right, this one is speed time graph or velocity time graph. On speed time graphs, distance traveled represents the area under the graph. So all this area represents the total distance traveled. All this area. So how can you calculate the area under the graph? You can take note of the shape. It's a trapezium, right? Trapezium with two sides. We have A, we have B here, and we have our height from this point to this point. That's the height. Area of a trapezium is half A plus B times height. Half the sum of the two parallel sides times the perpendicular height. That's the formula for area of a trapezium. Right. So A is from this point to this point, which is this one. You can find this one 150, 160, 70, 80. So this one is 180 here. So it's 180 minus 50. It will be 130 here on this A. Then B on this side is from 0 to 240. So it's 240 actually. So B is 240. That's A and B. Then height is from this point to this point is 9. It's actually the same as this side. It's actually 9. That's your height. So you say half 130 plus 240 times 9. Half 140 plus half 130 plus 240 times height, which is 9. That's the distance. Then is equals to, simplifying this one, let me confirm, it's 130 and 240 times height. Yes, total time taken is 240. Right, he simplified this one. 130 plus 240. Then he said divide by 2 times 9. Then 1665 meters. Yes, your speed is in meters per second. It means your distance is in meters and your time is in seconds. So our distance is in meters. Then to find the average speed now, we say total distance traveled 1665 divided by total time taken is actually 240, right? Then you divide by 240, you get 6.94. It's 6.9375. Then to three significant figures. Remember, instructions is 6.94. Then you are done with this one. Question number 3, part A. The diagram shows a solid cone and a solid hemisphere. The cone is radius 2.4 centimeters and stand height 6.3 centimeters. The hemisphere is radius r centimeters. The total surface area of the cone is equal to total surface area of the hemisphere. Calculate the value of r. Then we are given here curved surface area of a cone is pi rl, where L is the curved surface area, is the slant height. Then curved surface area of a sphere is 4 pi r squared. Take note, this one is the whole sphere, but in this case we have a half sphere, which means the curved surface area of this half sphere will be 2 pi r squared, right? It's 4 pi r squared divided by 2, which is 2 pi r squared. That's for the half sphere, right? Then total surface area, where we have to, on this sphere, we have to say curved surface area plus area of this circle. The same rule applies on this cone. We have to say curved surface area plus the area of this circle down here, right? So let's equate. If they are equal, we say total surface area of the cone is equal to total surface area of the hemisphere. You form your simple equation, then you find the value of r. So total surface area of the cone is pi rl plus pi r squared, that is the circle down. That curved surface area plus area of a circle, then is supposed to be equals to, on this hemisphere, curved surface area is 2 pi r squared plus, then the totals, the area of the circle is pi times r, is radius r squared, right? Now we have to substitute. Let's substitute now. Pi is 2 pi everywhere. Radius of the cone is 2.4 centimeters. So say times 2.4 times slant height is 6.3 plus area of a circle, pi r squared, we say pi times radius times 2.4 squared is equals to, then on this side is 2 pi times radius is r squared of the hemisphere, then plus pi times radius of the hemisphere is r squared. Then you can say we are done. Now let's simplify. Simplifying this one, 2.4 times 6.3, what do you get? 2.4 times 6.3 times 6.3, 15.12 pi plus 2.4 squared, 5.76 pi is equals to, then this one is 2 pi r squared plus pi r squared, like this. Then if you can see, there's a common factor pi everywhere there's pi, right? Or we can just, let's first add the left side, this one, 5.76 plus 15.12, you'll get 20.88 is equals to 2 pi r squared plus pi r squared. Then since pi is a common factor everywhere, you can divide everything by pi. Then this pi, you cancel out pi. You cancel out. Then you'll be left with 20.88 is equals to 2r squared plus r squared. 2r squared plus r squared is 3r squared on this side. Then 20.88. Then after that, divide by 3. Divide by 3 both sides. Divide by 3. What do you get here? 6.96. 6.96 is equals to r squared. Let me go deeper. Then to remove the square, you have to put square root both sides. Put square root here, you'll be left with r on this side. Then square root of 6.96. 6.96, you get 2.63818. Then to three significant figures is 2.64. Then you can say you are done. Next part B. The diagram shows a solid cone with radius 7.6 and slant height 16 centimeters. A cut is made parallel to the base of the cone, and the top section is removed. The remaining solid is height 12 centimeters as shown in the diagram here. It's a frustum. Then next, a cut is made parallel to the base and of the cone, and the top section is removed. Then calculate the volume of the remaining solid. So there's a cut that was made. You can see there's a cut made here. Then you want to calculate the volume of the remaining solid. This one. How can you calculate the volume of that one? There is a part which has been cut out here, and this part is the height and the radius. Right. So the height of this one is 16 minus 12, which is 4. The radius of this one, if you were to find it, this one is 90. That's the perpendicular height of the cone. So you have to find the radius. Right. After finding the radius, the easiest way to solve this one is if you can find the volume of the face of this cone, which can call cone A, then you can subtract the volume of this small cone B. Then you can be left with the volume of the part, right? Of the remaining solid. So the volume of the bigger cone is 1/3 pi r squared. So you say volume remaining is equals to volume of bigger shape, bigger cone, minus volume of parts that was removed, of part removed here in this case. So in this case we can get our volume. So volume is 1/3 pi r squared h. R squared, the radius of the bigger cone, 7.6 squared. Then height is 16 of the bigger cone, is this one, is 16 here. Then minus the part removed, we can say 1/3 pi radius. Now we don't have the radius, but the height we have it. So I leave this space for the radius, but the height is supposed to be is 16 minus 12 is 4. Right. How can we find the radius now of the part that was removed? Finding the radius here, you can use similarity, right? You can use similarity. Similarity, it works like this. We say if two shapes are similar, with this cone that was removed, height 4 and radius r is similar to this one. So if two shapes are similar, then the ratio of their corresponding sides are equal. They are the same. So you can say height of bigger shape 16. Or what do we want? We want the radius. Let me start with the radius. So you can say the radius of the bigger shape. Since you want to calculate, you would find the radius of the smaller shape. Radius of smaller cone over radius of bigger, 7.6, is equals height of smaller over height of bigger, which is 16. Then from this one, 4/16, this one is 1/4, right? you can simplify, it will be r over 7.6 is equals to 1 over 4. Then cross multiply, it will be 4 times r is equals to 7.6. Then from this one, you divide by 4, you divide by 4, you get your r is equals to 7.6 divided by 4, 7.6 divided by 4, 1.9. So the radius of the smaller cone is 1.9 centimeters, right? Now we have to substitute down here on our radius. So just use similarity because the shapes are similar. So I can put here 1.9 squared. 1.9 squared. Then I just have to simplify here. 7 point. Just find your calculator. You say 7.6 squared. 7.6 squared times 16 divided by 3, you get 308. 308 point, that's 3 significant figures. Then you can say pi here minus, or let's just multiply by pi right away, times pi on your calculator. Is it in terms of pi? No, it's not in terms of pi. So you can just use pi on our calculator. Then what will you get here? 96. Let me put 96. 967.778 minus, then on this one it's 1.9 squared times 4 times pi, then answer divided by 3, you get 15.1215. Then if you can subtract this one from 967.778, then you get 952 or 953 to 3 significant figures like this. What's 952.6564, something like that. Then rounding off to 3 significant figures is 1, 2, 3. You look at this one, you add 1 to this one plus 1, it will be 3. Done. Next question. Question number 4 is here. The exchange rate is €1 is equals to 1.142. So €1 is to 1.142. Item 1, Johan changes $500 into euros. Calculate the number of euro Johan receives. Give your answer, correct the nearest euro. Here you just say here, the amount changed is 500, right? Dollars. Just this proportion. €1 is to $1.142. What about $500? It's more. That's proportion, right? So just say this over this times that one. It will be 500 over 1.142 times 1. You divide here. 500 divided by 1.142. 1.142 here. Then you get, let me change, 437, which is 438 euros. Like this. Next, Johan buys a computer for $329. The same computer costs 275 euros. Calculate the difference in cost in dollars. So the difference in cost means you have to convert this 275 to dollars. Then you subtract from 329. Use the same exchange rate. Let's convert 275 to euros. Proportion: €1 is to $1.142. What about 275 euros? Obviously it's more. So you say this over this times that one. 275 over 1 times 1.142 is the same as 2 275 times 1.142 is 314. You get 314.05. So that is. Then you subtract this one from 329. You say 329 minus 314.05. Then you subtract minus 3. This one you get 14.95 dollars. Then you can say you are done. Next question. Lucy spends 3/8 of the money she has saved this month on a book that costs $5.25. Calculate how much money Lucy has saved this month. Lucy spends 3/8 of the money she has saved this month on a book. So take note, we have to let the money that she has saved be X, right? Because it's not known, it's an unknown. So let the money saved be X. So let the money saved be X. So she spends 3/8 of X, the money saved, on a book which costs 5.25. Which means 3/8 of X is cost 5.25. Just form a simple equation, then you find the value of X, multiply by or cross multiply here. It will be 3X is equals to 5.25 times 8. You get 3X is equals to 5.25 times 8. 5.25 times 8 is 42. Then divide by 3 both sides is 14. So this one she saved about $14, right? A serious one. Right, then next one, part C. Kamal invests $6130 at a rate of R% per year compound interest. The value of his investment at the end of 5 years is 66669. Calculate the value of R. Right, compound interest, use the formula. We can say amount accrued is equals to principal, that is the amount invested. You say 1 plus R interest rate of 100 to the power T time. That's the amount based on compound interest. So we're being told that she invests 6130. That's the amount invested. That's the principal. That's P here. That is substitute on P. Then R%, the value of his investment at the end of 5 years. So time is 5. T is equals to 5. P is equals to 6130. T is equals to 5. Then the amount, that's the value of the investment after a certain period of time, in this case 5 years, 6669. Now let's substitute to find the interest rate R%. Amount, we say 6669 is equals to principal 6130. 1 plus interest rate is R of 100 to the power time, which is 5 years, like this. Then you just simplify to find the value of R. First here, you can divide by 6, get rid of 6130, because you can't remove the bracket. Please take note. You have to remove the power first if you want to remove the bracket. So in this case, you can't say 6130 times 1. No. That's very wrong. Because there's a power there, 5. Take note. So you can just divide by 6130 both sides. 6130 both sides. You say 6669 divided by 6130. What do you get here? 1.08. Let me say 1.088 is equals to 1 plus R over 100 to the power 5. Now, we want to get rid of the power 5, right? Remember, if it was a 2, we're going to put the square root. X squared, to remove the x squared, you put the square root. Then to remove x3, you put the cube root. Because of the 3. If it's 5, you have to put the fifth root. So put fifth root both sides. So to remove this one, what you do is you put fifth root. even this side, you put fifth root, right? Then fifth root of, is say fifth root of 1.088 is equals to, we'll be left with whatever inside the brackets, right? Like this one. Then you can subtract 1 from this one. You say fifth root of 1.088 minus 1 is equals to r over 100. Then let's just punch in the calculator this one. Fifth root of 5, then fifth root of 1.088, then minus 1, 0.017 is equals to r over 100. Then after that, you cross multiply or multiply by 100, it's over 1. You say 0.017 times 100 is equals to r. Then what will be your r here? The answer times 100. You get 1.70 actually, to 3 significant figures. So 1.70, put units, percent, because in this case there are no units given, so you have to put percent. Next, question number 5. The diagram shows triangle ABC. X is a point on BC. AX 10.6 centimeters, XC 6.4 centimeters. Angle ABC is 58 degrees, and angle AXB is 78 degrees. Everything is there on the diagram. Calculate AC. These are 4 marks. So to calculate AC is this side, right? So you have to calculate this side. How can you calculate this side? As you can see, these are non-right angle triangles. To solve non-right angle triangles, either we use the sine rule or the cosine rule, right? So in this case, we have to see which one can we use, sine or cosine. We can find this angle first. Those are adjacent angles with 78. So you say 180 minus 78. You get 102. So you say angle, first angle AXC is 180 minus 78. And the reason, these are adjacent angles. Adjacent angles on a straight line, they are supplementary, which means they add up to 180 degrees. So the angle will be 102 degrees. So this one is 102 degrees. That's the first step. Show you're working, right? Then next step, we can see that we have this angle, and the sides which makes up the angle, they are there. So the sides which makes up the angle, that one will apply on cosine rule. Cosine rule. Cosine rule is a squared is equals to b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos a, where b and c are the sides which makes up the angle given. So the angle is 102. The sides which makes up the angle, they are there, ax and xc. So you can use cosine rule in this case. By cosine rule, you can say that where there's a, this one will be your a here, side with this one, and this one will be your b and your c, and this one will be your angle a. Let's substitute. A squared, that's AC, right? So you can say AC squared is equals to B squared 10.6 squared plus 6.4 squared minus 2 10.6 times 6.4 cos 102, like this. Then after that, space management has been poor. You have to manage your space properly. Then you say AC squared is equals to, then you simplify this one, 10.6 squared plus 6.4 squared. You get here 153.32 minus 2 times 10.6 times 6.4. We get 135.68, then cos 102. Right. Then after that, you just have to put square roots both sides, right? To get rid of the square, here, put square root here, and put a big square root on this side. It will be AC is equal to square root of 153.32 minus 135.68 cos 102. Then just punch right away in your calculator. Put your square root. Then it's 153.32 minus 135.68 cos 102. 102. Make sure your calculator is in degrees mode here. DRG. Then it's 13.47328. To three significant figures, you say 1, 2, 3. You look at this one, 7. You add 1 here. It will be 13.5. Units are there, centimeters. Then you can say you are done. Then calculate BC. BX, 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 BX. Second question. BX. It means this side. Right, this side we can use the sine rule, right? Because we have two angles here and there's the side. So sine rule can work. But to use the sine rule, we say A over sine A is equal to B over sine B. Where A is the side opposite this angle and B is the side opposite this angle B, right? Which means if you are to find BX this side here, we must have this angle. How can you find this angle? Use triangle ABX. ABX, then you find the missing angle BAX. So you say angle BAX. That's the one that you want, right? So you can say BAX plus 58 plus 78 is equals to 180. Reason angles in a triangle. Use triangle ABX. So they add up to 180 degrees. So BAX here is equals will be plus 58 plus 78. 58 plus 78 is 136. It's 180. Then you can get BAX here is equals to 180 minus 136. 180 minus 136, you get 44. Which means this angle 44 degrees. So if you have this angle now, it's easy to find BX. So say BX over sine 44 is equal to 10.6 over sine 58. BX over sine 44 is equal to 10.6 over sine 58 degrees. Then with this, you can simplify this one. Cross multiply. It will be BX sine 58 is equals to 10.6 sine 44. So cross multiplication. This one will multiply BX, this one will multiply 10.6. That's cross multiplication. Then divide by sine 58 by sine 58. Then you get BX is equals to, it will be 10.6 sine 44 over sine 58. So please take note. You just need to punch in your calculator when you are here at this stage. If you can try to punch here, then you'll be wasting much time, right? You'll be wasting much time. That's time management. So you just punch right away in your calculator. You say 10.6 sine 44, then divided by sine 44, then divided by sine 58. Make sure your calculator is in DEG mode. That's degrees. It's 8.68 to 3 significant figures. Then you can say you are done. Then part C, calculate the area of triangle ABC. triangle ABC up here. Where is ABC? A, B, C. So it's the bigger triangle. To calculate the area of the triangle, these are non-right angle triangles, right? So use the formula half AB, area is half AB sine theta, where A and B are the sides which makes up this angle theta, right? And there must be the sides between that angle, right? Going up here, right? Any sides which are given and the angle between those sides. This side we have it, bx, we have found this side, and this side we can find this side. Then you can use this angle 58 degrees. So if I use 58 means you are using this side AB and BC. If you are using this angle at A, you are using AB and AC. If you are using this angle, then use AC and CB. That's the rule actually. That's how you. Right. So this one BX we have found it to as what? 8.68. Right. That was our BX. Then to find the area, it means we have to find AB, so that you can use the angle 58 degrees. So let's use AB, right? Or we can even use area of this triangle plus area of this triangle, right? Because this angle was 102 degrees. Still it works. Then you can use the angle 78 here and 10.6 and 8.68. I think that one, let's use that one. Area of shape A plus area of shape B. That one will work. So you can say area of shape A, area of A plus area of shape B. Area of shape A using the same formula, half AB sine theta. So it's half times AB, it was 10.6 times 8.68 plus half the other one, AB, there was 10.6 times the other one, this one, XC, which is 6.4 times sine, you're supposed to put sine here, times sine 102. On this one it was 102, but on this one is sine what here? It's sine 78. This one is 102. This one is 78. So here is sine 78 degrees. So it's missing here. Half AB sine theta. Half AB sine theta. Then you can simplify this one. Right, 10.6 times 8.68 times sine 78 divided by 2, 44.999. So this one will be 45 to 45.0 to 3 significant figures, right? Then plus this side is 10.6 times 6.4 times sine 102. Then the answer divided by 2, you get 33.2 to 3 significant figures. 33.2 plus 45, then you get 78.2 square centimeters. That is to 3 significant figures. Question number 6. In the Venn diagram, shade the region P complement. That one means complement. P complement, right? So it's P complement. It means what is not in P but is found inside the universal set. That's complement. What is outside set P but is inside the universal set. Then P complement. So what is combining P complement and what is in Q? Union everything in P complement combined with what is in Q, right? So everything in P complement is actually, if I'm sure, is this one. That's P complement. Then combining with what is in Q, What is in Q is this one. So if you can combine what is in Q is this area. That is in blue, this one. That will be the area, right? So that will be the part that is supposed to shade. Done. Then next, there are 50 students. There are 50 students in a group. 34 if a mobile phone, M. 39 if a computer, C. 5 if no mobile phone and no computer. Serious one, eh? 5. Complete the Venn diagram to show this information. Complete the Venn diagram to show this information. We are being told that 5, they have no mobile phone and no computer, which means they are outside these sets, M and C, but they are still inside the universal set. So you can just put our 5 here. Now I'll have to fill in the other parts, those 3 parts. How can we fill in those 3 parts? So first thing, you can call this one BX, right? Those who own both. Those who own both. Right, then to find X, 34 if a mobile phone. Mobile phone, so all these one, they have a mobile phone in this set M. So this one will be 34 minus X. And this one, there will be 39, so it's 39 minus X. Minus those who own all the 2 items, right? So that's what you do. Then if I'm to use the numbers, because there's no X given here, let me find X. Then I'll substitute using the values of X. So you have to show you're working, right? So if you can add this one, 34 minus X plus X here, this plus this plus this plus this. You must get total number of students altogether, which is 50. Then plus 39 minus X plus 5 is equal to 50. Let me find X here. Right, 34, in fact, minus X is 0. Then you be left with minus X here. Then 34 plus 39 plus 5. 34 plus 39 plus 5. 34 plus 39 plus 5. 78. So this one is plus 78 is equal to 50. Minus X is equal to 50 minus 78. Minus X is equal to, then 50 and 78 is minus 28. Then it means you have to divide by minus 1. So you get your X is equal to 28. So 28 students own all the 3 things, which means if I am to now write my set here, to fill in my set here, this part will be 28, and this part will be is 34 minus X, which is 34 minus 28. 34 minus 28, 6. Then this part is 39 minus 28, 11. Then in this case, you can say you are done. You have completely filled your set. So that's what you do. Next question. Right, part C. The Venn diagram shows the number of students in a group of 30 who have brothers B, sisters S, and cousins C. Write down the number of students who have brothers. Number of students who have brothers. Right, brothers, set of brothers is this one. So everything in this set, we have 2, 2, 1, 3. So it will be 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 3. 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 3. What do we get here? 2 plus 2, 4 plus 1, 5 plus 3, 8. Put units. These are students, right? Don't just write 8. These are 8 students. So write students there. Right, next part. Part B. Write down the number. Item 2, write down the number of students who have cousins but do not have sisters. They have cousins but no sisters, right? Cousins, no sisters. It means this one. Outside, so it's 8 and 3. So it's 8 plus 3, which is equals to 11. 11 students. Done. Next, find numbers in B union, S union, C complement. Numbers in B union, S union, C complement. So it means the numbers that are not in B, not in C, and not in S, right? So not in B, not in C, and not in S. So which one are not in B, not in C, and not in S? It's 2. So these are 2 numbers, right? Then next, use set notation to describe the set of students who have both cousins and sisters but do not have brothers. They have both cousins and sisters. Both cousins and sisters. Cousins and sisters but do not have brothers, right? So it will be they have both cousins and sisters. Both cousins and sisters is cousins intersection sisters. Let me just write cousins intersection sisters. That's both cousins and sisters but do not have brothers. So it will be intersection no brothers. So B complement. Then you can say you are done. Next, one student is picked at random from the 30 students. Find the probability that this student is cousins. One student is picked at random from the 30 students. Find the probability that this student is cousins. So you just check how many students is cousins here. How many? It's 8 plus 7 plus 1 plus 3. 8 plus 7 plus 1 plus 3. 8 plus 3, 11. 11 plus 7, 18 plus 1, 19. Right? So it will be 19 over 30. 19 over total number, which is 30. Then you are done. Next, 2 students are picked at random from the students who have cousins. Take note, students who have cousins. So the number of all possible outcomes will be the number of cousins, of students who have cousins. 2 students are picked at random from the students who have cousins. Calculate the probability that both these students have brothers. Probability that they have brothers, given that we are taking from those who have cousins. Right, we check up here. How many have cousins? We said 8 plus 7 plus 1 plus, so it will be 8 plus 8 is 19, right? It's 19. So total number, it will be 19. Those who have cousins, right? So when they calculate the probability that both of these students have brothers, so when the students who fall under these cousins set, but they have brothers, so go up here. Those who have brothers also have cousins, so have 3 and 1. So 3 plus 1 is 4, right? So it's 4. This one is choosing the first student. Then the second student is without replacement because we have taken one student, right? So we took one student from the 19. Then it means 1. Total number of those who have brothers, they've been reduced by 1. So it means, and then total number of students also, we have cousins, have been reduced by 1. So it's 3 over 18. Then you can multiply the 2. 4 over 19 times 3 over 18. Then you can get 2 over 57. Even as a decimal, but just leave this one as an exact form like this one. It's still correct. Next, one student is picked at random from 30 students. Event A, this student has a sister, has sisters. Event B, this student has cousins, but does not have brothers. Explain why event A and B are equally likely. Why are they the same? So you have to check on their probabilities. Calculate their probabilities first. Then you can conclude from their probabilities. So let's calculate the probabilities here. Event A, the student is sisters, right? Coming up here, how many students have sisters? It's 5 here plus 2 plus 1 plus 7. 5 plus 2 plus 1 plus 7. What do you get here? 15. So it will be 15 over 30. 15 over 30. That's the probability. Thus, we have sisters, right? It's 15 over 30. Then let me go down here. So probability of sisters is 15 over 30. Then probability of students is cousins but not brothers. Cousins but no brothers. What's the probability of cousins but no brothers, right? We go up here. Cousins but no brothers is this one 8 and 7, right? So they have cousins but no brothers. So it's 8 plus 7 is 15 over 30. So you can see the probability is the same. So it's 15 of them, 8 plus 7 over 30. So the probabilities are the same. So same probabilities, right? Then you can say you are done. Next, question number 7. Simplify x squared minus 25 over x squared minus x minus 20. Right? If you can see expressions of this form, you have to factorize. Always factorize. X squared minus 25, the numerator, that one is called the difference of two squares. You just take the square roots to factorize that one. So you say x minus 5, then the other one you put plus, x plus 5. Then over, now we have to go a long way factorizing the other one. So this one, x squared minus x minus 20. You take this and this, it's minus 20 minus 20x squared. Then after that, find two numbers, which when you multiply, they give you minus 20. And when you add or subtract, they can give you minus 1. Which are the numbers? It's 4 and 5. Minus 5 and plus 4. So it's minus 5 and plus 4. Replace the middle number, which is x here, with the factors. So it's minus 5x minus 20. Then take 2, this and this, this and this. Factorize here, get x plus 4, minus 5 here, x plus 4. You write here x plus 4, then x minus 5. These are the factors. So you come here, write x plus 4 and x minus 5. Then you can do the cancelling thing now. X minus 5 will cancel x minus 5. So you'll be left with x plus 5 over x plus 4. Like this. Then you can say you are done. B. Write as a single fraction in its simplest form. Right. Fractions. This one is primary level. Find the common denominator first. Simplify. It's still the same concept. The difference is now there's an x, right? It's grade 4. Grade 4, the second term. So you say over, common denominator is x minus 1 here. Then you say x this one into this value. So it's more like you are saying x minus 1. That's the common denominator, right? So you say this x into this one. So it's x into this one. So x will cancel, x will be left with x minus 1. So x minus 1 will multiply the numerator, which is x plus 5. So you say x minus 1 times x plus 5, like this. Then plus, then you say x minus 1 into the same x, then x minus 1 over x minus 1 into this one. It will be x minus 1 here. It's minus here. Then x minus 1 will cancel out. Will be left with x. So that x will multiply x plus x, the numerator. Then after that, it's just you just have to simplify now. Now let's just simplify. By simplifying this one, remove this bracket the long way. You say, change mine. You say x, the numbers in the first bracket will multiply the second bracket. In the first bracket we have x and minus 1. X will multiply the second bracket, which is x plus 5. And minus 1 will multiply the same second bracket, x plus 5. then plus this one, remove the bracket, x squared plus 8x over the denominator. You don't have to change anything here, just leave it like that. Then next, remove brackets here, x squared plus 5x minus x minus 5 plus x squared plus 8x over x, then x minus 1. Simplify further, x squared, collect like terms, so you can simplify this one. It will be x squared plus 4x, 5x minus x, 4x, then minus 5 plus x squared plus 8x over x, then x minus 1. Right, collect like terms. We have x squared, or you can say, right, let me collect like terms first. Then plus 4x plus 8x minus 5 over x, then x minus 1. Then this one will be 2x squared plus 12x minus 5 over x, x minus 1. Right, then that one you can it be factorized? 2x squared times minus 5, you get minus 10x squared. Two numbers multiply, they give you 10. Add or subtract, they give you 12. 5, no, there are no numbers. So this one will be your final answer. Done. Next, part C. A curve is equation y is equals to 2x cubed minus 4x squared plus 6. Find dy dx, the derived function of y. Right, let's find dy dx here. To find dy dx, you say, you differentiate, right? So differentiation, dy over dx is equals to, differentiation, if you can say, y is equals to x to the power n, then dy over dx is equals to, you bring down the power n, then x to the power, you subtract 1 to the power. That's the basic concept or rule based on differentiation, right? So you bring down the power, then you subtract 1 to the power. Bring down the power and subtract 1 to the power. Maintain your x. Done. So in this case, you have 2x cubed. Bring down the power. First maintain the 2, it was already there. Then bring down the power, 3. Then subtract 1 to the power. Minus 4 times, bring down the power 2, subtract 1 to the power. Then plus, right, this one is called a constant. A number without x is called a constant. So this one, basically, there is no x. If there's no x, there's no letter, it's a constant. If you differentiate a constant, always you get 0. So you get 0 to differentiate a constant. Now you just have to simplify this one. 2 times 3 is 6 here, x to the power, 3 minus 1 is 2, minus 4 times 2 is 8, then x to the power, 2 minus 1 is 1. So this will be your final answer, 6x squared minus 8x. Like this, you can say you're done. Then next, calculate the gradient of the curve at x is equals to 4. dy dx, that's the gradient. That's what you have to know. So this one is also the gradient. That's dy dx. As you can see, this one the same function as this one, and dy dx is still the same thing. So to calculate the gradient at x equals to 4, you just say, you just put, so your dy dx, that's the gradient. That's gradient is equals to 6x squared minus 8x. This one, if we already calculated it, so when x is equals to 4, it will be gradient is equals to, then you put where there is x, you put 4, 6 times 4 squared minus 8 times 4. What do you get here? 6 times 4 squared minus, you get 64. So that's the gradient. That's the gradient. Then next, find the coordinates of two stationary points on the curve. Stationary points, Right, what you have to know is that stationary points is the same as minimum point, is the same as turning points, is the same as maximum point. At stationary point or minimum or maximum or turning point, gradient is always equal to 0. These are the stationary points. If I can draw my graph here, this one is the turning point, stationary, this one is the stationary point. So gradient at this point is 0, gradient at this point is 0. To find the gradient of a curve, you draw a tangent at that curve, and in this case the tangent will be horizontal. Gradient of a horizontal line is 0, right? Even if it was vertical line, there is no gradient, it's 0. Gradient of horizontal line is 0, so gradient at stationary point or turning points is always equals to 0. So you just find dy dx and equate to 0. So now let's find the coordinates of the two stationary points on the curve. Coordinates of the two stationary points on the curve. Right, we have our dy dx here. It's 6x squared minus 8x. So it says this one is equal to 0, right? So it says this one is equal to 0. Then you factor out x here, or even factor out 2x. You'll be left with 3x minus 4 is equal to 0, like this. Because this 2 into 6 is 3x squared, x, 2 into 8, 4, then x comes out. Either 2x is equal to 0, or 3x minus 4 is equal to 0. Then you say divide by 2 here, you get your x is equal to 0. On this one, 3x is equal to 0 plus 4 is 4. You divide by 3 here, you get your x is equal to 4 over 3. Right, we have found the x coordinate of the stationary points, right? Now we have to find the corresponding y coordinates. So we say when x is equal to 0, what will be y? Then when x is equal to 4 over 3, what will be y? You find your original equation of the curve, right? It's this one. That's the original equation of the curve. It's still the one up there. So you say y will be equal to, so where there is x, you put 0. 0 cubed minus 4 times 0 squared plus 6, which is equals to 0, 0, 0. It will be 6 here. So the coordinate will be x0, y6. That's the first coordinate. The second one, when x is 4 over 3, y will be equals to 2 times 4 over 3 cubed minus 4 over 3 squared, then plus 6. Right, you can punch in your calculator 2 bracket 4 over 3, then this one is the power 3 minus 4 times 4 over 3, then this one is squared, arrow first, then squared, then plus 6. Then what do you get here? 98 over 27. So the coordinates now is x0, y6, x4 over 3, y98 over 27. These are the coordinate points. Then done. Next, question number 8. The table shows information about the mass in kilograms of each of 50 children. Then complete the cumulative frequency table. Cumulative frequency, right, as you can see here, it's less than or equal to 10, right? We have 3 which are below 10, and this one less than or equal to 10, we can write 3. There are only 3 children in this case out of 50 of them. Then to find less than or equal to 25, you add this and this, right? Both this one's 3 and this one 19, they are less than or equal to 25. So you say 3 plus 19, you get 20, is 22, right? Then to get the next one, you add all these ones less than or equal to 30. So it will be 22. In other words, it's 22 plus 21. 22 plus 21 is 43. Then the next one, add everything, just 43 plus 5. 43 plus 5 is what? It's 44. 48. Then 48 plus 2 is 50. So this total must be equal to the number of students which are available altogether. It must be equal to 50 on the cumulative frequency, right? Right, then next item. Next question. On the grid, draw a cumulative frequency diagram to show this information. Right, cumulative frequency first. Already there's 10, the numbers are already there. Everything has been put for you. So just here, less than 10 there's 0. So you can start at 0 here. Then less than 20, 25 here. So 25 and 32 and 22, 35 and 43, 40 and 48, 50 and 50 here. That's how you plot it. Then now we are on 20, 25, 35. 25 at 10 first. 10 is 3. Each small box here represents how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So each small box on the vertical, it represents 1 unit. Even on the horizontal, it represents 1 unit. So 3 is means the third box. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 is here. 1, 2, 3. Right, that's the point. Then next, 30, 25 and 22. 25 and 22, 20 here. 25, so it's 20 somewhere here. And 22, 25 and 22. So 20 on the 20, 20, then you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 22, 1, 2. That's the point you mark. Then next, 35 and 43. 35 and 43. 30 is here. 40 is here. So 35 and 43. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. That's the point. Next, 40 and 48. 40 and 48. 40 is here. 48, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. It's here. Then 50 and 50 is there. Then you draw you join your line, your points. That will be your graph. So that will be your cumulative frequency graph. This part is now too much. Like this. Then next part. These are how many marks? 3 marks. Use your diagram to find an estimate of the number of children with mass of 35 kg or less. 35 kg or less. 35 kg, it's here. It's this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you find your ruler. So the number is here. It's on the vertical axis. That's the number, right? So how many? 40, 41, 42, 43. So from 43 to 50, how many if a mass? This one is what? 32 kg or less. Sorry, it's 32 kg or less. Less means going down. Less means going down here. So from 0 to 43. So there are 43 students. 43 children. Then you can say you are done. Next, this cumulative frequency Diagram shows information about the height in meters of each of 100 students. Then the height of the tallest student is 1.83. The height of the shortest student is 1.45 meters. On this grid, draw a box and whisker plot for the heights of 100 students. Right? Box and whisker plot is supposed to be like this. This one is the lower value. In this case, shortest 1.45. You put it here. Then this one is supposed to be Q1, the lower quarter. Then there's supposed to be the median here. Then here supposed to be Q3. That's the upper quarter. Then here is supposed to be the upper value or the highest value, which is 1.83 meters in this case, right? So this one is supposed to start at 1.45. 1.45, you have to find out each box represents how many units. You say 1.5 here minus 1.4. 1.5 minus 1.4, you get 0.1. So difference is 0.1. Then how many small boxes here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there are 10. So you say the difference 0.1 divided by 10. So each small box represents 0.01. Each small box, right? So 0.45. So this one 0.4401. This one 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Somewhere here. So 0.45. This line, right? I can draw my line here starting from this point. Then ending is supposed to be 1.83. That's the tallest. 1.8, 1, 2, 3. Like this. So it's supposed to end here. That's my box and whisker. Then now I have to find the median, the lower quartile, the median, and the upper quartile. So the upper quartile, the lower quartile. Right, how many are here? It's 100. Let me find the lower quartile first. Lower quartile is say n over 4 to find the location. N is 100. 100 over 4. 100 divided by 4 is what? Is it not 25? It's 25. So which means the 25th value is the lower quartile. So you come here on the vertical axis, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25. Right, on the vertical, there's 0 to 20 is 20. Then 20 divided by the number of boxes, there are 10. 20 divided by 10 is 2. So each small box represents 2 units, which means 25 here, 20, 22, 24, 25. Suppose be somewhere here. You come with a ruler. Then the value that will be here, that's the lower quartile. It's what here? 1.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 1.57. 1.57. That's Q1. Let me just calculate everything. Then median. Median is halfway, which means it's n over 2, which is 100 over 2, which is equal to 50. So the 50th value is the median. Right, define 50 here. 40, 42, 4, 6, 8, 10. So the 50 box is here. Right, the height here, that's the median height, right? It's 1.6, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1.64. Done. Then the upper quartile, Q3, is 3/4 of the values. Which means 3/4 of n, which is 3 times 100 over 4. 3 times 100 over 4 is 75. So the 75th value, that represents the upper quartile. 75th value here, 60, 62, 4, 6, 8. Then this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the 70 here. Then 175, 2, 4, 75 somewhere here. right? It's 1.71. 1.71, that is the upper quartile. So now let's fill in lower quartile. 1.57, 1.5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Upper quartile 1.71, median 1.44, 1.44, that's the median. So you come here 1. It's not 1.44 median, it's 150. It's 1.6, 1, 2, 3, 1.64, 1.64, not 1.44. 1.64, 1.61, 2, 3, 4. Like this. Then you've marked here. Then you can draw our nice box and whisker plot here, like this. Then indicate your median here. Then after that, join the points. So that will be your box and whisker plot. These are 4 marks. Question number 9. The diagram shows a prism A, B, C, D, E, F. AB, as you can see, the information given. Then calculate the total surface area of the prism. Total surface area is the outside area. So outside area with this triangle here is the same as this triangle on the other side. Right? So area of this triangle times 2 plus area of this base plus area of this ADFC. Then plus area of the other shape on the other side, which is ABED. That's the total surface area, the outside area. Right? This one, first thing to find, you have to find this side BC first, right? So to calculate BC, use Pythagoras. So you say BC squared plus 13 squared is equals to 20 squared. Then to be BC squared, for the sake of space, let me just do it here. It will be BC squared is equals to 20 squared minus 13 squared. Then it will be BC is equals to square root of 20 squared minus 13 squared. Remember, to move the square, you put square roots both sides, right? I will punch here. 20 squared is 400 minus 13 squared, 231. So square root of 231. Like this. Then after that, you can say, does it have a square root? No square root, right? On 231, just square root of 231. So you can just use this one as square root of 231. That's this side. Now let's find the total surface area now. So to find the total surface area, we say area of this triangle is half base times height, which is base is square root of 231 times height, which is 13. Then after I found the answer, since there are two triangles, suppose say times 2, right? Then plus area of the base. Area of the base is 24 centimeters, length times width. It's a rectangle. So it's 24 times root of 231 plus area of which one here? Area of this back part. This back part is 13 and 24 this side. So it's 13 times 24 plus area of this face. This one, this face here. So it's face ADFE. ADFC, which is equals to, you can say length times width, 20 times 24. 20 times 24. Then what else is there in shape left here? Triangles, then the base, the outside, then the So that's the total surface area. Then you can simplify this one. You can say calculate the total surface area of the prism. Then you can say here 2 times this 2 cancel out this 2. You'll be left with 13 root of 231 here plus this one is 24 times root of 231 here, plus 13 times 24, 312, plus 20 times 24, it's 0 here, 8480. Now add everything. You say 13 root of 231 plus 24 root of 231, then plus 312 plus 480. Then you get 1354. Then to three significant figures, because the actual answer is 1354.35. So to three significant figures, 1, 2, 3, you look at this one, you add nothing, so it's 0. Done. Next part, calculate the volume of the prism. Volume of any shape is cross-sectional area times length, right? Cross-sectional area times length. That's the volume. Is cross-sectional area. For it, the cross-section of this shape is actually a triangle, a right angle triangle. That the cross-section is this one. The cross-section is right angle triangle. So it's triangle ABC. Then times length. Length is this one, 24. That's the length, right? So it's the area of a triangle times length. That's volume. Half 13 times root 31 times 13 times root of 231. Then answer times 24, which is the length. Then that will be your volume. Then I can simplify this one. This is 12 here. 12 times 13, 156. So it will be 156 root of 231. 156 times root of 231, you get 2370. To three significant figures is 2370 cubic centimeters. Then calculate the angle that AF makes with the base BCFE. AF makes with the base. Where is AF? Is that line? So I have to wrap everything here. Well, so the angle is this one. That's AF mixed with the base, which means we must have a line coming from this point, a diagonal. So the angle that is made between the diagonal and this diagonal will be at 90 degrees with this side here, with side AB, right? So it's a right angle triangle. It's a right angle triangle on its own. So you can find the side of this dotted line. This one is, remember, it's root of 231, like this. Right, to find the length of these sides, you can use Pythagoras theorem. How can you apply Pythagoras? A squared plus B squared is equals to C squared. So you can say this side squared, this one will be the hypotenuse here. So you say this side squared, root of, this one is BF. Find BF squared is equals to root of 231 squared plus 24 squared, which means BF squared is equals to root of 231 squared is 231. You can punch in your calculator. Square root of A squared is equals to A. Then plus 24 squared is what? 24 squared, 576. Which means BF is equals to, if you can add here, 576 plus 231, you get 807. So it will be square root of 807. Because remove the square, you have to put square roots both sides, remember? So this one will be square root of 807. Now we have this side and this side. So it's like we have our triangle like this now, where there's right angle here, the square root of 807 here, and there's this one 13 here. We have A here, then we have B, and we have F. So on this angle, so you can use soccer tour. Using soccer tour, here with the opposite and adjacent, you can use tan. So tan of this angle theta is opposite 13 over root of 807. That's why you can use. So you can say tan theta angle is equals to opposite, which is 13 over square root of 807. Like this. Then from this you can say, so all that working that I was showing up there, you have to show it here, right? Because these are 4 marks. Then you have to draw your triangle here. I've drawn my triangle. Remember, there is F here. There was, I don't know, here with 13, then root of 807, so that it will make sense, right? Then indicate we need this angle theta. Then theta will be arctan of tan inverse, or arctan of 13 over square root of 807. Then you can find your calculator. Just punch in your calculator, first, second function, then press where they stand, open bracket, then say 13 over square root of 807. Then you can, it's 24.5. 24.55898, just like that. Angles to the nearest 0.1 degree, to the nearest degree. So this one 24, it will be 20. Angles to one decimal place, so it's 24.6 degrees. Then you can say you are done. Next question. Question number 10. Right, this one you just have to use your calculator here to complete the table. These are 3 marks. Here you put x 0. Minus 0.5. So you say the first one, when x is 0.5 minus 0.5, what will be y? So I say 3 plus 4, then open bracket, put minus 0.5 here, minus, then open another bracket, minus 0.5, then squared. That's how you punch in your calculator. So just punch everything exactly like this in your calculator. You put 3 here, then you say plus 4, then open bracket. You say minus 0.5, then close bracket, then minus, then open bracket. You say minus 0.5, then squared, close bracket, then say squared. That's what you do. Then you get 3 over 4, which is 0.75. Then when it's 0, put 0 now here, what do you get? You get 3. Right? When it's 2, put 2, you just have to put 2 here. So it's 3 plus, you get 7. Then 4, you can put 4, 3 plus, you get 3. Put 4.5 there. 4.5 is more like symmetrical. You're supposed to get 0.75, right? Because this graph looks symmetrical. It looks symmetrical. You can punch in your calculator to prove, but it's supposed to be like that. Because you can see this one is the same as this one. Minus 2 minus 0.5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 3, 3. So it's supposed to be a symmetrical graph. Then you are done. The graph, this one you can draw it, right? But the value is ending at 7 here. That's where your graph is ending. Write down an integer value of k for which the equation is no solution. No solutions is ending at 7, right? So if it's ending at 7, you can say greater than 7. Because it's ending at 7. Or you can say greater than or equal to 8. Still the same. So it can be greater than or equal to 8 or 7 or whatever. Greater than 7. Still it works. Then next, So the integer, it will be 8 in this case. Or 7, it will still satisfy the equation, right? What about the integer value? Integer value, so we write 8. So the answer is supposed to be 8 in this case. Then next, by drawing a suitable straight line on the grid, solve the equation. This one I'll just do it. How you draw it? The straight line that I'm supposed to draw. Right, your equation is supposed to be the same exactly as the original equation that has been used to draw the graph. This one. So it's supposed to be the same as this one. It was y is equals to 3 plus 4x minus x squared. That's the graph, the equation that we used to draw our graph. Then we are being asked to solve this one. Minus 1 plus 9 over 2x minus x squared, then is equals to 0 here. Right, what is supposed to be done is this side must be the same. You have to make this side the same as the original equation, which means there must be 3 plus 4x minus x squared. So let me write it here. I'll write 3, then I write plus 4x here, then I write minus x squared. So for this one is equal to 0. Let me rewrite this one equation, leaving the gaps, right? I want to fill in the gaps. Check properly. I want to, if I can put 3 here, which number can I add to 3 that will give me minus 1? Is that rearranging this equation, right? So it's which number can I add to 3 to get minus 1? So it's minus 1 plus a number x is equals to 3. It will be x is equals to 3 plus 1. X will be equal to 4. So the number here is supposed to be 4 to 8 to minus 1, right? Then which number can I subtract from 3 to get minus 1? Is still the same, right? So you say which number can I subtract from 3 or 8 to 3 to get minus 1? I think that way is easier. You can say 3 plus a number x is equals to minus 1. Well, there must be minus 1 here. Then you can say x is equals to minus 1 minus 3. X is equals to minus 4. So you can say if you can subtract minus 4 to 3, then this one will be minus 1, right? Then also on this 4x, there is 9 over 2 here. 9 over 2x. So which number can I add to 4x for me to be able to get 9 over 2x? So I say 4 plus a number, which is x, is supposed to get 9 over 2. Yeah? Then what will be the number here? It will be x is equals to 9 over 2 minus 4. 9 over 2 minus 4 here. 9 over 2 is 4.5. So 4.5 minus 4 is half. So I'm supposed to add half here, right? Half x actually. Right. So this one will bring me back to 9 over 2. This one will bring me back to minus 1. So it's just expressing this equation in another form so that there will be, I'll bring in the equation of the original curve, right? So that's what you do. Then now let me be left with 3 here plus 4x here minus x squared. It's minus x squared here. Put everything on the left side. There will be this 4. I will put it on the left. It will be 4. Then this half, it will be minus half x. So in this case, I have successfully equated or made my equation the same as the original equation of the curve. So the original equation, it was 3 plus 4x minus x squared is equals to y. So this side will be the same as this side. So it means this side must be the same. So it means you draw the line y is equals to 4 minus 1 over 2x. This is the line that you draw. Then where this line casts the original graph, you can just write down the values of x. Then you can say you have solved your graph. Done. Next, question number 11. Find the size of an exterior angle of a regular polygon with 18 sides. Find the size of the exterior angle of a regular polygon with 18 sides. The sum of exterior angles of any polygon, whether regular or irregular, is supposed to be 360 degrees. So to find the size of an interior angle, this one is regular, which means all of these angles, they are the same, they are equal. How can you find the size of each exterior angle? Just say the sum over the number of angles. Number of angles is the same as the number of sides. Sum is 360 over 18. 360 divided by 18 is 20. So it's 20 degrees, right? So it's 20 degrees. 18 to 36 is 2. Into 0 is 0. So it's 20 degrees. Done. Next, B. In triangle ACD, B lies on AC and E lies on AD, such that BE is parallel to CD. AE is equals to 5.2 centimeters, ED 2.6 centimeters. Calculate BE. BE is this side. These are similar shapes, right? A similarity. This angle is equal to this angle using corresponding angles on parallel lines, and this angle is also equal to this angle, which means we'll be left with two similar triangles here. We have triangle ACD and triangle ABE, right? Let me redraw these two triangles here. Then this angle is called this angle. I can write here C here. Then there's D here. There is A here. A is the common point on all triangles. Then this one will be B. This one will be C. Then this angle is called this angle. So you can separate your triangles like this. If you can see it confusing, like on the same diagram. Then on this one, AE is 5.2 centimeters. Then AD is 5.2 plus 2.6, 7.8. So this one is 7.8 centimeters. Then this one CD is actually 6.75 centimeters. We don't have BC. We don't have B. It's E. It's not C. It's E, yeah? So you don't have BE. Want to calculate the size of BE, right? If two shapes are similar, then the ratio of their corresponding sides are the same. Corresponding sides, these are sides with same angles. Like we have CD and BE here. We can say here BE over the side with corresponding angles on the bigger triangle ACD. It's what is CD, which is 6.75 is equals to, then you can say another side which is already given on the smaller triangle is 5.2 is corresponding to 7.8, which is AD, AE and AD, right? Then you can cross multiply here. 7.8 BE is equals to 5.2 times 6.75. Then BE, you can divide by 7.8 both sides. Is 5.2 times 6.75 over 7.8. Then you can find your calculator. 5.2 times 6.75 divided by 7.8, you get 4.5. That's 4.5. 4.5 centimeters done. Next, two solids are mathematically similar. The smaller solid is height 2 centimeters and volume 32 cubic centimeters. The larger solid is volume 780. Calculate the height of the larger solid. If two shapes are similar, then based on the volumes, you cube the size, the corresponding sides. So you can say bigger shape side cubed over smaller shape side cubed is equals to volume of bigger over volume of smaller shape. So in this case, the smaller solid is height 2 centimeters. Well, being asked to find the height of the larger solid, right? So the larger solid, you can call it H. So H cubed over the height of the smaller one is 2 cubed is equals to volume of the bigger 780 over volume of the smaller is 32. Then after that, you can simplify here. It's H cubed here over 8 is equal to 780 over 32. Then you can now cross multiply. It will be 32 H cubed is equals to 8 times 780. 8 times 780 Then you can divide by 32 here. It will be h cubed is equals to 8 times 780 over 32. Then h cubed will be equal to, now divide. 8 into 32 is supposed to be 4. Then that's 780. It's 195. Then to remove the cubed, you put cube root both sides, which means h will be equals to cube root of 195. What will be cube root of 195? 5.7 is 5.798889 to 3 significant figures. 1, 2, 3. You look at this one, you add 1 here, there will be a 0. You add 1 here, there will be an 8. So it's 5.80 centimeters. Then you say you are done. Then next, PQ is parallel to RS. PQ is parallel to RS, as shown. PNS is a straight line, and N is the midpoint of RQ. N is the midpoint. So if the midpoint, it means this side is supposed to be equal to this side. Next, and also this side is equal to this side. Then explain giving reasons why triangle PQN is congruent to triangle SRN. Congruence is terms of one angles. So you can check here. We have this side PN is equals to NS on the other triangle. Then also you have QN and NR. Then RS and PQ. They are the same. Then this one, this angle is equal to this angle. This angle is equal to this angle. So you can also say the angles are the same. Angle NRS is equal to angle NQP. So you can now list in terms of my angles. Then in that case you can say you'll be done, right? So they are congruent, they are the same. Next, question number 12. These are functions. Part A, find f of minus 5. This one is easy. You can see there's f of x here, and they have to put in x. So if it's f of minus 5, it means where there's x, you just put minus 5. It will be 3 minus 2. Where there's x, put minus 5. Then you can simplify. 3 plus 10 is 13. Done. Next, f of x. Right, on this one we take f. F is this one, f of x. You take f of x, which is 3 minus 2x. So where there is x in f of x, you put f of x, because it's f of x. So it's more like it's f now times f of x. So f of x is now replacing or representing our x, right? So it will be 3 minus 2 times f of x here. So where there is x, you put f of x. It will be 3 minus 2. F of x is what? 3 minus 2x. Like this. Then it will be 3 minus, remove the brackets, then plus 4x. Then it will be equals to 3 minus 6 is minus 3 plus 4x. Minus 3 plus 4x. Or you can say 4x minus 3. It's still the same thing, right? 4x minus 3. Next, solve. Gx is equals f of x plus 37. This one is a matter of substitution, right? You take gx. Gx is what? It's x squared plus 5. X squared plus 5, you say is equals to f of x is 3 minus 2x, then plus 37. Then they said solve. How many marks? These are 4 marks. Serious one. Right? Collect like terms, x squared, or express as a quadratic equation, because there's a square already. So express as a quadratic equation. That's ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. The general form of a quadratic equation: x squared plus 2x plus 5 subtract 3 subtract 37 is equals to 0. It will be x squared plus 2x. 5 minus 3 minus what? 5 minus 3 minus 37 is minus 35. Is equals to 0. Then you factorize this one. Multiply x squared times minus 35. You get minus 35x squared. Minus 35x squared. Then find two numbers. Which when you multiply, they give you 35. When you add or subtract, they must give you this value in the middle, which is plus 2x. Which are the numbers? We have 5 and 7. It's plus 5. It's plus 7 and minus 5. So it will be x squared plus 7 x minus 5x minus 35 is equals to 0. Then take this one and this one, this one and this one, factorize x, then x plus 7 minus 5 x plus 7 is factorization is equals to 0. You'll be left with x plus 7 inside the brackets, then x minus 5 outside the brackets is equals to 0. Either x plus 7 is equal to 0 or x minus 5 is equal to 0. X is equal to 0 minus 7 or x is equal to 0 plus 5. Then x is equal to minus 7 or x is equal to 5. So it's minus 7 or 5. 4 marks. Done. Find f minus 1x. That's the inverse of f of x, right? Inverse of f of x. You come up here. What was f of x? F of x is what? It's here 3 minus 2x. 3 minus 2x. 3 minus 2x. That's f of x. So f of x is equals to 3 minus 2x. To find inverse, you say let y is equals to f of x. Then after that, it will be y is equals to 3 minus 2x. Then make x subject. Make x subject the formula. It will be, you can say 2x here is equals to 3 minus y. Then after that, 2x is equal to 3 minus y. Divide by 2 both sides. You'll be left with x is equal to 3 minus y over 2. Now, inverse of f of x. You just replace where there's y, you replace, you put x now. 3 minus x over 2. So it will be 3 minus x over 2. That's the inverse. Then you are done. Next, find h f of x plus gx. H f of x. So first thing, to find h f of x, you take h. Then where there is x in h, you put f of x. H f of x, what was our h here? Our h is x cubed. So h f of x, you take h. So h, where there is x in h, it will be like this. You put f of x. So it will be f of x cubed, which means f of x is 3 minus 2x cubed, like this. That's h f of x, right? So it's 3 minus 2x cubed. 3 minus 2x cubed. Then g of x. What was g of x? What was g of x? It's here x squared plus 5. X squared plus 5. Right. Then you just simplify. So it will be 3 minus 2x cubed plus x squared plus 5. Then remove this bracket. This bracket is the same as 3 minus 2x. 3 minus 2x. Then 3 minus 2x. 3 times. Plus x squared plus 5. Like this. It's just a matter of simplifying these items. You can multiply this bracket and this bracket. Then you can, this one and this one. Then maintain this one. 3 minus 2x. Let's maintain this one. Deal with this and this first, right? So you can say 3 minus 2x Then on this one, the numbers or the values in this bracket will multiply the second bracket. We have 3 and minus 2x. 3 will multiply the second bracket, which is 3 minus 2x. Minus 2 multiply the same second bracket, 3 minus 2x. Plus x squared plus 5. Then it will be 3 minus 2x here. Maintain everything. Then this one will be 9 minus 6x minus 6. Then plus 4x plus x squared plus 5. Now it will be 3 minus 2x here. It's just a matter of simplifying these things. Then here it will be 9 minus 6x plus 4x here. What do you get? It's minus 2x minus 6 plus x squared plus 5. Then now remove this bracket, this one and this one. You say 3 here. Multiply the second bracket, 9 minus 2x minus 6. This one is supposed to be 4x squared. And this one is supposed to be 2x here. It's minus 2x. This one was supposed to be 6x here. And this one was supposed to be 4x squared. So there's an error there. Which means this level is not supposed to be like this. Right, it will be 3 minus 2x here. Then this one will be 9 minus 12x plus 4x squared. Like this. Then plus x squared plus 5. Then simplifying this bracket, now multiplying this bracket, we have 3 here. Multiplying 9 minus 12x plus 4x squared. Then also have minus 2x there. Multiplying 9 minus 12x plus 4x squared. Then plus x squared plus 5. Simplifying the move bracket, it will be 27 minus 3 times 12 times 3 is 48. Confirming is 36 plus 12x squared minus 18x, then plus 24x squared minus 8x cubed plus x squared plus 5. Then like terms we have minus 8x cubed here. The values with x we have minus 36 minus, you can say minus 36x minus 18x. What else? Only 2. Only 2. This and this. Then with x squared, we have plus 12x squared plus 24x squared. Then plus x squared. There are 3. Then plus 27, the constants, plus 5. Then the answer will be minus 8x cubed minus 36 plus minus 36 minus 18. 36 plus 18, 54. Then squared. You get 37. I was supposed to write 37 here. Let me write 37 squared, then plus 54 x, then plus 27 plus 5. 27 plus 5 is 32. That will be your final answer. Then you can say done. So that was the last question. So Gondo Rapezabasa, the Eagle, signing out. Subscribe, like, share this nice, powerful video. Later.